It's always been a kind of welcoming place.
I've seen people just connect with each other.
So thoughtful and so kind and wants to help.
I don't want to let other people down.
You have to raise your voice, you have to raise your concerns.
They want to make sure that the kids have access to sport.
People get on, live side by side.
I do like talking to people.
My neighbour is Romanian and she's like a sister to me.
Whenever you walk the streets, there's always people to say hello to.
I've always lived on a road which has always had a multicultural background. I'm very connected with a lot of my neighbours, even if it's just a quick hi and bye. It's a really positive thing to have a mix of different religions and faiths because it just makes communities more interesting. I've been to so many events over this year and the last couple of years where I've seen people just connect with each other, and it doesn't matter where they're from, people just like to be happy and be able to share the same space with people. I went to like a group meeting where it was like lots of different people from Handsworth. You all had people sit down and have different sorts of food, and that was just to really break down boundaries but also talk to people through what they feel about the area. I feel now growing up that's happening more. Last year we collaborated with an initiative called Beat the Street, and we got people into fitness, so walking around the area, cycling and running and stuff like that. That was great because we saw more people out and about talking to each other, and since then we've managed to be able to secure a cycling club for the area. They're cycling now, and that's all because of some of the work that we got to engage people to go together and be as one and learn a new skill essentially and get to know their locals. Community work is just generally always going to be hard work because there's not naturally always a lot of money in it, and it's about slightly investing in yourself and investing in the community, but investing the right amount of money or the right amount of time for it to expand, and also people to be able to see that and catch on to that sort of energy and flow. I decided to start a community cinema. It's called Film 21 and it's based around like the area. The reason why I created it was to get people to kind of come together really. I feel your community is an extension of your home, so being able to marry the two together is really important. People are always saying like I'm afraid to come down here because I'm going to get hurt. The main media, it wasn't painting a very realistic picture of what I knew and the people that I knew. Our mission when we started at Handsworth Community was to push a more positive idea out about what was happening to local people, to give people a hope and a message that there are good things happening here. When I go to events now, I feel like there's a good amount of people I can know in a room, and that feels good.
It's almost sometimes like a secret world that people don't know about, that we're being exposed to and taken into this secret club. We just collect donations of clothes from friends and family and work colleagues. We buy food, we make up sandwiches, the things to make hot drinks and soup. So every Sunday night we walk around the city centre and we give homeless people, whatever we've got. We're just a group of volunteers. It was basically just this girl called Chloe, who's really young, who just went out with her nan, just giving out some drinks, and then kind of built it up from there. I can't believe I live in the city. It just looks amazing. Everybody just comes together. It's just really nice. Derek, he knows every homeless person in the city centre, so he acts as a bridge for us because they trust him, then they automatically trust us. So before we get there on a Sunday, he will walk around the city centre to spot where everybody is, to decide our route, and will take us round. A lot of people come in and say, well, are they not all claiming benefits? And I'll say, well, no, you can't claim benefits. You're completely off the system. It's educating people about things like that. All of a sudden, they start to see them in a different way. I get so many people now that will say to me, I stopped and spoke to a homeless person today and I asked them if I wanted a drink and is there anything you need? Is there anything I can get you? We're only really new, about 3 years, so we're slowly building up links now so that we can make it bigger and we can do more. I spoke to a guy in Kirknagle. They're a massive distribution group. He delivers shampoos and conditioners, things like that, to hotels, and they go past their sell-by date, and after that the hotels won't use them. So he's trying to get an agreement with us so that they will donate any toiletries that they don't use to us. Sometimes when it's really cold, I've had grown men that I've given them a jumper and they've cried and hugged me and said, "You're saving my life. You know, I was so cold and come along and given me a jumper." It just means a lot to them. It's everything to them. Once you're exposed to that and you see what people are going through, you can't not do it anymore.
People really feel they're part of the solution and the future development of Balsall Heath. And when you feel that, you actually start to love the place you live. It's my home. It's where I was born and bred. It's where I got all my experiences of life. It's a place which I love. There was open drug dealing, open prostitution. It was actually an atomized community in fear of coming out. So we began a protest called Street Watch, which really brought everyone together as a community. And that's when we realized that actually if we have one voice, we could actually develop that spirit of community that we didn't have in the beginning, pre-1994. Our relationship with the authorities in the beginning wasn't brilliant. Once our campaign got into the media, we saw a lot of these services coming to us, a lot of the authorities coming to us, asking us, actually, how can we help you? We want to support this campaign. The result was within 6 months, crime had reduced. The girls were being looked after by some of the local organizations and helped through some of the ordeals, some of the suffering that they faced. Balsall Heath Forum started just after the Street Watch campaign. The forum became the bedrock of the community coming together, having that one voice. So it's a little bit like a parish council where people can come, air their views, let us know what the issues are, and then we act as a link between the community and the service providers.
But there is a confidence here which is...
I'm looking at Balsall Heath as being an example to other neighbourhoods. We've already developed a neighbourhood plan, the first of its kind in the whole country actually for an urban inner city area. So we may be economically quite poor, but socially we are quite rich, and we're hoping that that richness will come out in the future.
If my mum thought there was somebody in trouble or anything, she wouldn't be nosy and go round. She'd say, "Can I help?" I love where I live, with the fields and the park and everything. And you can't have anything better than an animal to start talking to people and to make friends, great friends. I'm just me. I was like a war child. And I think people did help more people then, made you more caring. Yeah.
The door's not closed, it's always slightly open, isn't it? Yeah. For the dog.
There's Polish, there's Spanish, there's Asian. But everybody comes out and we just join everybody else. So to be honest, as far as I'm concerned, they're English. Because they act like me. I just had this silly little blip. And it was amazing how the way that people were reacting. They came to the hospital. We were worried about you, so we asked where you were, you know, and I felt like the Queen. I heard a hell of an argument going on from my bedroom window. She was banging on the back window, saying to a partner, "Let me in," and the window broke. I got up at that point and said, "Can I help?" And she said, "I'm bleeding," so I said, "You better come round." We're all friends together, and if there's a party, you'll normally get an invitation, or if you're passing by with the dogs, come on in and have a drink. You've still got that closeness, which is lovely.